a while. So allow time. So what am I saying here? You have to come out of the shadows. Your support system, you have to look for that support system. It doesn't have to be your family. Your support system can be your prof. It doesn't have to be your friends if you feel they're not going to have your back. It can be somebody else. It can be your church. It can even be me. I know several people that I see. Their parents don't even know that I see them. But I'm a support system. Prof too is a support system to a number of people. But you have to have support system. Because one way or one of the indices that we use to determine if somebody will do well, if they have a mental health challenge, is a support system. Because you need support. You need support. So please take that bold step. Gone are the days where people laugh at people. That's the truth. Yeah, if they laugh at you, just wait. Just it doesn't matter. You're getting help. But gone are the days when people look down at people and say, you have mental illness. I go for weddings now. My patients get married and all that. They don't hide it anymore. So husbands support them. They come there. So please come out of the shadows. Take that bold step. Not just mostly because of you. Because the truth about mental health problem is, it's just there. It's just there, but eventually it gets worse. The earlier you catch it, the better. When you leave it, it will get to a point where it will explode, or you will implode or explode, and it will be everybody's business at that point in time.
Good afternoon, Ma.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right. My own question is dealing based on this support system they are putting regard to. What if I have like a roommate that is normally depressed and is a shy type that doesn't come outside? Now, how do I play like a support system in helping him to resolve that form of depression?
Thank you. Let me commend you for being bold. You got up. This is your roommate. Are you close to him? So now we're going to have an interactive. Are you close to him? Does he share things with you? So he told you about his state of mind. Okay. So you are a support system to me. Okay, but at least he's expressed that he's down, feels sad, and all that. He's shy. Well, I won't say it's depression, but at least he's going through some stuff. And he's shared it with you. And you have listened. What have you done for him? Have you asked him to seek help? Okay. Okay, so what did he say? Huh? Because of what? Okay, so it's money. He's willing to come. So it's not like he's shy, but he's willing to seek help. But he can't afford it. Okay, so that's fine. So that's why I'm here. That's why Prof has brought me to offer services to those who need help and can't afford it. Prof, am I in order? Yeah. So now what you will do for him is to encourage him that he can, I don't know, we're going to work it out. But eventually it's like to have like a mobile mental health clinic. She will introduce it to you and we'll work something out, and then he can see me. I don't know him, doesn't know me. It's not likely I'm going to tell Prof anything. But if I have to, I tell my patients, if the person is a potential harm to self or others, I have to cry out. Okay? But if it's something that's no problem, my ethics of profession keeps my lips sealed. All right. Does that help?
Please, I feel there's difference between depression and sadness. If you have my point of view too, please can you try to differentiate it? Because I feel so many people misunderstand sadness for depression.
I agree with you. I was saying a lot of things. That's why I didn't dwell on depression. Depression on its own can take a whole 1 hour. So depression is a mental health problem. It's a psychological problem that has to do with the person's mood. So whether it's depression, whether it's bipolar, it is your mood. What happens to your mood? Your mood changes from what you were before. And if it's depression, it dips. you become more sad than normal. Sadness is a normal experience that happens to us in relation to events or experiences that we have gone through. But depression might not even be related to anything. It will just come, it might just come out of the blues. Some women get pregnant, they're excited, they've gotten this baby that they've been looking for, but just can't find the joy. You know, some people just like that, they wake up, they can't just feel. So depression is that sadness that is long-lasting. It's pervasive. Let me not say long-lasting. It's pervasive. It cuts across all areas. So, you know, some people, when they are sad, if they get good news, they've gotten an alert, their mood will just, hey, or they get ice cream or something, they get excited. But depression, regardless of what happens, they just can't find that joy anymore. And then their energy level dips. So some will not even bother taking their bath anymore. Some will not bother reading anymore. They just won't find that zest to read again. That energy will just drop. And then notice that hygiene has also dropped because they don't have that energy to do again. They know to do, but they just can't find it. And they lose interest in things they enjoy. So you like to watch movies, your hobbies, you just can't do it anymore. So depression is not just a standalone thing. You know, sadness is just sad, you're sad. But it can change with events and experiences. But depression is like a constellation of symptoms, number of symptoms you have to look at. And there's a particular number that we look at for you to say, oh, this person is actually depressed. Did I communicate? All right. Okay, the last question, I will call it a day. Okay, sorry.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, please, I want to ask, in a case where you know that being alone, like being lonely is not helping depression, right? And you've tried friendship, not once, not twice.
Tried
like
what? Friendship?
Friendship.
Oh,
Like
friendship.
you've had the best friend that, even to the extent that you guys were looking alike. Yes,
really?
that kind of close friendship. So, now, and that kind of friendship becoming, crumbled rather. So, like, and you can't just trust anybody again, and all your friends, you know within yourself that this person, nobody say I trust this person like this, but I just doing it just to. But deep down, you know that I don't really have anybody I can trust to tell things that are going on with me right now. So what do you do in such cases?
Okay, what I'm hearing is that you like to have friends or you don't have friends. So I'm hearing loneliness. That's what I'm hearing. Loneliness can predispose one to mental health problem, but usually loneliness is rare in your age group. So what I'm thinking, I'm trying not to assume a lot. You had a very close friend, you trusted the person disappointed you, and you're finding it hard to trust people again. That's a normal reaction to an event, life's event. It's a normal reaction. What you have to do is to encourage yourself that there's still good in humans, and don't look at humans through the lens of that person's behavior. You have to give allowances because it's going to affect how you interact with people. You're going to live here someday, you're going to get married, you're going to have a job, and you're going to have to interact, and at some point you have to trust people. But if you are suspicious, several things come to my mind. Are you having a personality disorder? Because there's a kind of personality disorder that either is paranoid or is the other ones, the schizoid or schizoid, where they don't trust people. So I want to establish that is not there. But if it's that you are hurt, we'll walk through that because that's maybe you are still traumatized and you don't want to let go. So there are several things, but I will encourage you to trust again. Maybe you should look at a different circle of persons, okay? But if it's a concern to you, then maybe we need to talk because loneliness can lead to mental health problems.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Actually, I'm just curious to know if there is. It's not actually for me.
Yeah, no, it's okay, you understand.
I'm just curious to know if there is a link between sleeping pattern and mental health issue. For instance, if someone constantly goes to bed, let's say 10 p.m. every day, and their body becomes accustomed to it, can we say this is a form of an underlying sleeping mental health issue?
Okay, you done?
Yes.
No, it's not affecting the way you interact with people, the way you behave, the way you. It's not. It is what is necessary, what is needed for you to pass in your present reality. Yeah, but I must state that sleep deprivation can lead to mental health problems, because when you don't sleep enough, there's a tendency that you will not remember, because sleep is necessary to consolidate memories, to refresh, rejuvenate. So when you don't sleep enough, you don't get that thing. You change your biological circle and all that, particularly when you are crashing. And so it can affect you, it can affect cognition. And so you realize that you don't remember enough and all that. And if it's prolonged, it can actually affect your health, particularly in the older persons. It can actually, we talk about cognitive impairment, and then it's now a risk factor for dementia and all that. So try and get enough sleep. That's the bottom line. Try and get enough sleep. Try and get regular sleep. So if you normally sleep between this also time, try and maintain it. It's not easy for you guys in your circumstances, but it's something you should strive for to avert long-term mental health problems. Did I speak English?
How do you help someone out of a panic attack when the person expresses his panic through anger? He shouts at everyone.
Well, that's not panic attack. Panic attack really results in you getting angry. If the person, I would like to know more about what happens when he's having this panic, because it might be a seizure disorder. Yeah, it might be a seizure. No, as in what happens before. Is it like smelling something? Is it like, there are several things. It's like feeling dizzy or something and all that. Because there's some kind of seizure disorders. You know what seizure is, right? What they call epilepsy, but it's actually seizure. What seizure disorder, where the person will just get very angry and then later they calm down. It can be another type of personality disorder where we call it intermittent explosive disorder, where the person just flares up. After shouting, he will calm down. So panic attack, usually somebody who has panic attack is afraid of dying. There's this feeling of impending doom. So it's not likely that somebody who feels he's going to die is going to be shouting on people. So it's not panic attack, because they feel that shortness of breath, they feel they're going to just go, something is going to happen, there's chest tightness. It's not likely the person is going to be saying, will you get out? No. It's either the person has bouts of, he has anger problems, he has a personality disorder, he uses substance, and when he uses the substance, that's when the anger comes about, or the person has a seizure. There are several things, but it's definitely not panic attack. So to the other part of it, how do you help the person? Link the person up with help, because obviously he's an angry person. So if you try to challenge, and then once if you say it's a mental problem on your own, he would have slapped you before he realized that.
In the topic of fear, for example, fear of looking weak, fear of being afraid, is it coming from childhood trauma, or is it what it... Oh, and if it is, what is the solution?
Okay. Thank you, Prof. So you wrote this, fear of looking weak. It might not be childhood trauma. It might just be the experiences that you have acquired, or you have experienced, things that you experienced over time. You are the best person to tell us if it's childhood trauma. You know what you've been through. You know what I can only assume. But the fact that I am afraid of looking weak, that tells me the society, what society expects of you, what your environment expects of you. So it could be childhood trauma, but definitely your environment has made it look like you must always be seen as hard and strong and all that. And so that is really affecting you. So you know it. You should explore. You know, in therapy, I don't tell you what to do. I don't say, do you think? No, you are the one going to tell me. I'm like, okay, let us look at it from this way. And then we go, it's you are the one searching. I'm just guiding you. What I'm doing is I'm just shining a torch there. So you are the best person to tell us if it's fear of whatever and looking weak. What can we do? It's to look for help, seek help. If you feel it's really something that is disturbing you, because it never really goes away. See, people, and I think someone said it, that the child is that thing that person said. The experiences you've had as a child or growing up, it will always influence your interaction with people, the way you view things and all that. So if you want to go far, and you want to go far well, then you need to address those baggage that you are carrying. And the earlier you do it, the better. It kind of never gets better if you don't address it.
What if you're depressed? Then you use music as a mechanism to change your focus. It looks more like addiction now because I can't really do something or be active without music.
Yeah, music is good. I use music to walk. I use music to motivate. Music motivates. It's a language that the inner man connects with, so that's good. But I don't want us to use the word depressed so loosely. Let's try not to. I try to explain that depression is you have to look at other symptoms. So let's not just use it because it's a fad, it's trendy, and say, oh, I'm depressed. The fact that you are sad does not mean you are depressed. Depressed is a big thing. It's a very big thing. Okay? So if you're not really depressed, please don't use it. Don't call those things that are not as if they were. Don't call it. Use the word it is. If you are sad, fine. Music elevates the mood. So it's okay. I advocate for music. When you see addiction, that's a different thing now. If it's now disturbing you, disturbing people, affecting the way you, that is a problem. But I don't have a problem with you using music to function. As long as you don't bring it into the classroom. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really want to thank you, Dr. Ojeahere, for spending the time with us. It's been, I want to believe it's been 2 worthy hours, right? Thank you so much. Like she said, if you feel that you need to probe further or you would like to talk with her, then you let us know. Right. Very well.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
On PAN's president to give the vote of thanks, and then after that we're out of here.
Thank you, Ma. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so I believe we have value to our time. We'll all at least gain 1 or 2 things. So thank you, Ma, the Dean, for this privilege again. And thank you, Ma, our speaker, for enlightening us in this part again. So I believe we'll still be looking forward for more opportunities like this. Though you get discouraged, but we'll be on your neck, Ma. Okay, so I think from my own part, I will say that I wish us all the best, even as we are traveling. Thank you sincerely for coming.